Hey, I think I'm live. Is anybody watching? Let me see here. If you're on, I don't know it. Put something in the chat. See if I can adjust this. There we go. But see, then you only get my head. I don't like that. We'll just look at it when we need to. Let me know if you're on. I think I saw something flash by. Is somebody on? Marlene Tamuziak from Canada. Welcome. You're new, at least as far as I know. In order to chat, Marlene, actually, you're already chatting. Hi, Barb. So, Marlene, I don't know if you've been on before, but in order to order something, you'll need to send an email to me, and I'll show you my email address. It's right up there, Mr. Fixit at softsquares.com. If I had thought before I started, I would have put it right there instead of up there where it normally is. But welcome, Marlene. Hopefully you'll enjoy watching us. And Barb, welcome. Glad you're here today. Those are the only two I see. There's 7 people online, it looks like. So there's 5 of you being quiet, which is okay. But we will have a contest later in the broadcast or in the show. Is this a broadcast? Is this a show? I don't know. Whatever it is. Vicky Thatcher, welcome. And you will need to chat if you're going to join the contest. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, you need to be subscribed for 20 minutes before you can chat, which means that you need to be subscribed for 20 minutes before you can participate in the contest. Hey, Starla and Vicky Thatcher. I think, Vicky, you're maybe a new name that I don't recognize. If that's the case, then if you decide to buy something, we'll need to get your email address. And the way you get that is to send me an email at mrfixit.com or mrfixit at softsquares.com. I should not try and point while I move my hand because that doesn't help. And I'll ask Starla to put that in the chat again so that everybody can see it. This week, I got on a few minutes early because last time I was in charge and Lynne was gone, it was disastrous, technically. So we're trying to make sure that I don't mess it up this time like I did before. I'm going to circle around and turn on some lights so that it's not as dark in here. I'll be right back. Okay, there's one light. And I think I'm just going to go with that light. So, um, anybody else join us? There's 12 online now, and what, one, two, three, four who have commented. So there are several of you hanging in the background, which is fine. But if you want to be in the contest, you do need to chat. And if you are new, you need to be subscribed for 20 minutes. We're going to hang out for a few minutes. Usually we start at the top of the hour. And the reason I'm on this early is to make sure that we have covered some of the technical issues that I had last time. Those of you that were here a couple of weeks ago when I had technical issues will, uh, I don't know, maybe you'll appreciate that we had two false starts and had to, anyway, it is what it is. Hope you're all enjoying a nice fall weather. Um, it has cooled down in our neck of the woods finally. We had summer up until just over a week ago. It was in the high 80s, and now I don't know what it is, but at least the low 70s out there right now. Um, Feels a lot better than the heat. I hope you all are enjoying the best weather you can. Marlene, how far north are you in the Canada? Are you, close to the border, or are you further up north, like Yellowknife or Whitehorse or something like that? That would be probably winter weather almost already. Um, so, and trying to think, Lynn had told me something, and I can't remember it now, which happens the older I get, the worse that gets. Hopefully, it won't be too bad. Lynn is on a plane right now, coming home from market. Um, she saw a lot of cool fabrics, and Marlene, you're far enough to get snow today. Cool. Um, is anything you can do to assist tonight? Take some notes, Starla. Um, I'm going to be acknowledging verbally and taking some notes. Those of you that have seen the show before, and we try and do the acknowledgement online, that acknowledgement is going to come verbally tonight. So if you order something, I will say, Starla, you get number 23 or whatever it is. So, hello, Marlene, the other Marlene, which is different from the other Marlene, who spells her name differently than you two Marlenes, which is close to mine, which is Marlin. Um, there's a lot of common names in our universe. Um, a lot of uh, close ones. Anyway, um, I know, Marlene, it can be confusing, especially when there are two Marlenes that spell their name differently, which is actually a good thing. Making sure that we get the right Marlene when we get one. So looks like Terry's online. Thank you, Terry and Angie. Um, so thanks for joining tonight. And wherever you're at in the lower 48, you did not get snow today, like Marlene Tamuziak. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Um, she got snow today, so be glad you didn't get snow. Looks like Linda Edwards has joined us. Glad to see you, Linda. We'll get started in about 5 minutes at the top of the hour. So I can't even say more California because I'm in California and she's in Canada. True, Marlene from CA. Yes, got to distinguish California and Canada. Um, so I will share with Marlene that I frequently, when I was in elementary school, um, the substitute teacher would call me anything but Marlin because mine is spelled differently than most Marlins are either IN or ON at the end. Mine is an AN. And that would make some substitute teachers panic. And I would get called Marilyn and Marlene and Mervyn and Martin and all sorts of things, which when you're in second and third grade, the rest of the kids hear that. That's what I was for several weeks. Norma, welcome. Um, Glad to have you on board tonight. And anybody else out there? So Starla saw snow during the Olympics, which was in 2006, I think, in Vancouver. Even though you're not as far north as Vancouver, but that's close. Hey, thanks, Deborah. Village Stetter there with the hey, Marvin. Thank you. I answer. I've even learned through the years enough people have called me village idiot that I will answer to that as well. So, uh, anyway, like I said, we'll get started at the top of the hour. Um, so, Starla, is that to Village Stetter or me, Village Idiot, that you said hi, Village? Now, see, I could get confused with Deborah there. Not only am I confused with Marlene and Marlene, now with Deborah as Village Stetter. Windows Security Defender something. No, I do not. I'm going to dismiss that. No, I don't want to deal with that right now. Can you imagine trying to do a Windows update on security while we're in the middle of this? I'm pretty sure that that would not go well, and Lynne would not be happy when she saw the replay. So, a couple more minutes. Looks like there's 16 online. I've probably seen 9, maybe 10 names. Jean is on. Hey, Jean. So the rest of you, if you want to participate in the contest that's coming up, so I'm lip syncing again. Wow, that's always joyful. Contest coming up. You have to be in the chat in order to participate in the contest. And if you want to be in the chat, you have to be a subscriber for 20 minutes. So if you need to, get that taken care of. Hi, Diane Harris. How are you? Nice to, Georgia's probably having good weather. I was in Kentucky last week and we had great weather just a little north of there. So we are getting close to the top of the hour. We'll go ahead and get started at the top of the hour. Any newbies do need to send me an email to get yourself to the point that I can send you an invoice after the show so that we can go there. Hey, Annette, how are you? Glad to see you aboard today. We do have some folks who haven't given a thumbs up, so if you feel like it, give us a thumbs up. It's always helpful in the algorithms. Gene, you're in Kentucky. I was in Lexington and went as far southeast as Richmond and as far west as Frankfort. So I don't know how close that is to where you're at in Kentucky. I know Angie's in Kentucky, and it's probably 2.5 hours down to where she's at. And Angie, I chose not to make the drive because I was tired. I would have come down and taken you to dinner, but just a little too tired. So that's, by the way, when Lynn and I are out on travel and you guys know where we're at, ping us. We would be glad to take you out to lunch or meet up for coffee and a scone or whatever. Linda Drury, that's a new name, Baltimore, Maryland, near Fort Knox, close to the river in Brandenburg. Okay. You're only 45 minutes from Richmond? Ooh, now I feel bad, Angie. Oh, that's closer than I thought it was. I shouldn't have admitted that. Now you're going to think I'm a complete schmuck for not driving down to see you. Lynn, you're new. It looks like if you would, if you like to purchase anything, you put the number in the chat, and we'll acknowledge it. I will acknowledge things verbally today, and then I will send you an email with an invoice. But in order to get your email address, I need you to send me an email, which is right there at mrfixit@softsquares.com, which I'll have somebody put that in the chat again. Normally, Lynn is standing up, and that's why Mr. Fix-It sign is that far up in the air. I have to sit down because of the back surgery, and so I feel like a hobbit today, but it is what it is. Magda, welcome. Glad you could join us. Okay, are there... It's okay, I don't think we would have... But we would have taken you out to dinner if we know you're that close. Well, we could go to dinner, Angie, and we could arm wrestle for the... Okay, so Marlene, you've got an... Okay. Good. Oh, Marlene, are you the one that okay, I know who you are now. Um, but you interfaced with Lynn more than me on that, so that's why I'm listening. And I'm pretty sure, Angie, that you and your husband probably could have taken me in an arm wrestling because Nathan can take me in arm wrestling now. It is what it is. Okay, we're just over the hour, so I'm going to start with a joke. We do this sometimes. Today I'm going to start, and so this is goes back to a family that is famous in France. They have for centuries been the family that rings the bells at Notre Dame, and so they would go up in the towers and pull the bells, and they had be passed from father to son, father to son. Sometimes there was cousins, whatever. They had a little boy born that unfortunately had a defect and couldn't use his arms to pull, but he really wanted to join the family business. So he learned to ring the bells. And what he would do was run and smack his face on the bell, and it would make the bell ring. So he'd back up and run and smack his face again. One day, after doing this for a while, he kind of backed up, got a little disoriented, ran, and he fell out of one of the windows and landed below. And of course, it was uncomfortable and tragic, and he didn't survive. And some of the neighbors, the people in the area, like, who is that? And one of the people said, I don't know, but his face sure rings a bell. I hope that wasn't too far out of political correctness. I thought it was pretty funny when someone told me. So, anyway, there's the joke. Maggie, welcome. Curious, you're new. I think you're new. I haven't seen you before. Send me an email if you would like to. Uh, too many. Gene, Nightbot, too many emojis. I saw it show up before it blocked out. If you put in too many emojis in a message, Nightbot's going to block you. And that's part of the 20 minutes that people have to be in before they can start commenting. We do that to try and keep the spammers out. So Gina's in jail. If anyone would like to send her a cake with a saw blade, I'm sure she would appreciate it. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with tonight's stuff. We are going to start with some patterns. Lynn had shown a Corey Yoder pattern and people seemed to like that. And so I chose some Corey Yoder patterns tonight. Now, these are going to be number 1 through 7, and they are $6. They're normally $6.50. They're on sale tonight for $6. And this is Barnstar number 1, and it is $6. Then we have, and I'll hold all these up again, Barnstar number 2, Barnstar number 3. I think you're getting a pattern here of these patterns. No, I did not plan that. It just came out spontaneously. So, Barnstar number 3, number 4, and number 5. You know what? I'm not holding them up far enough, am I? You couldn't see the numbers. Here we go. This is part of me not knowing what I'm doing, and Lynn will give me some pointers when she gets back. We'll do number 6 here, and then number 7. So let me hold these up. These are all obviously star. Ooh, that 7 is sideways. We've had a lot of days when things are backwards, but not sideways. So 7 and 6, and I'll hold up any one specifically that you want to see more in detail. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Obviously, these are all based on stars. Number 1 is a big star. These are $6 each. And hey, Curious, glad that you've been before, and welcome back. Number 2 here is kind of a cross with stars. One big star. It is, let me give you some sizes. Number 1, we have a 40-inch square quilt. So these are lap quilt size, or maybe baby blanket. Number 2 is 40 inches square. It's charm pack friendly. And number 1 does not say charm pack friendly, but number 2 does. Number 3 is 40-inch square. It's got several different sizes of cuts, but it does not say farm pack, charm pack or layer cake or anything like that. For those of you that are wondering, the shaking is from my Parkinson's. Sometimes I try to hold things with two hands, but sometimes it doesn't work. So this one is 40 inches and various sizes of cuts. Again, these are $6, all of them by Corey Yoder. This is a number 5. It is 40 inches. Looks like 40 by 40 is the size for all of these. They're all going to be lap quilt size. Number 6 is the blue diagonal stars. And number 7 is, this one's in multicolor. It looks like, and it is charm pack friendly. Ooh, I'm holding my finger. Let me hold that hand up. That one shakes almost as bad, if not worse. So let me see here. I have got Village Steader for number 1. Oh, by the way, we have 3 of each. So if we get to the third one, then we'll be done. Jean, I have you on number 7. Again, we're doing verbal acknowledgments today. Hello, Leslie. Dream a Day. Linda Wolf has got number 3. And Annette has number 5. And Marnie, hi. Maggie's got number 2. And number 4. And number 5. Okay. And let me show those all again. I'll run through them again real quick. If you ordered one and I didn't acknowledge it verbally, ping us again and we'll get it. We'll go backwards this time. Number 7, charm pack friendly. Number 6 is a blue diagonal. These are all 40 by 40. They're all $6 each, and we have 3 of each. We have number 5 is, looks like it's got some tulips there. You know what? I'm getting shadow from the computer when I go that way. So let me hold it over here. See if I can not. Oh, there I got some glare. That looks pretty good. As you can tell, we got part of it. There we go. Tulips around a square in the center. Number 4 has got, I'm going to say those are flying geese on the ends there. Maybe I'm making that up. And it depends on, I guess, how the fabric is set, whether they're cutting the triangles and putting them together or if it's a flying geese, which would be a flying goose. But there's 4 of them, so it'd be flying geese. Anyway, sometimes I go down rabbit holes for no reason at all, and Lynn just looks at me. A Dream a Day has got number 5, and that is the last one of number 5, which is that one. That's the last one. So, number 3, kind of a diagonal, similar to number 7 or 6, whatever it was, the blue one. So, there we go. Oh, I'm trying to stay out of the shadow. Okay, so the screen is right here, and the light is behind it. That's why I'm getting shadow, and I'm trying to move out of it. When I go this way, I'm behind the screen in the shadow. When I come back, I'm over here. So, but then my face is in the shadow. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I do see Linda Wolf wants number 7. We have one more of those. Number 2. Hey, Pat. Welcome. Glad you could come. This one is more of a cross shape instead of a diagonal cross. These are all 40 by 40. This one is charm pack friendly. And we have 3 of each of them available. Okay, and number 1 is the black and yellow one here. A big rotated square with corners on it to make a diamond. Pat, you forgot it was Monday. Oh, that never happens to me. Linda Edwards is looking for number 2. Thank you, Linda. And again, those are all $6 each. Dream a Day, you've got number 5. Yeah, and we are acknowledging verbally, Leslie, so you're not going to see it up in the chat. I'm going to go slow enough that I can acknowledge what we're doing tonight. So when we put those aside, I've got 4 full-size Corioters and Corioter patterns. These are going to be $10 each. They are anywhere from $12 to $15 normally. So you are getting a price break for being on the live. For those of you that are watching the replay, we will continue to honor the prices for a week. If you email or comment on the video that will be up on the replay. You can't chat on the video, but you can comment. And if you do that or send me an email, we will honor the prices. So this is the first Corioter. We have 3 of these, and it is called All Around Star. You can see there's a lot of stars in different configurations of stars throughout the pattern. This is a 68 by 68, so it's good size. It's layer cake friendly, or of course you can use other fabric if you wanted to do that. Again, 68 inches square. It's $10 by Corioter. Number 9 is 75 by 90. So this is getting closer, not quite king size. Yeah, I think it's queen size. I don't know, maybe it is king size. Depends on how far you want it hanging over. But it's fat eighth bundle or 20 fat eighths. 10 fat quarters, depending on, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say that because then you might get some different look to it. So, trying to avoid the glare and shadow, and there's my face in shadow. Oh well. So, oh, there's the sweet spot right between there we go. Sweet spot, mostly. And as you can see, my screen is backwards. So when I move left, I move right on my screen. It drives me nuts. Anyway, 75 by 90, number 9, Corioter. It's $10. These full-size pattern are normally 12 to 15, and they are on sale for 10 today. Number 10. Lynne better get back soon or she will have a replacement. You know, I'm not taking her job. Yeah, she is way too good at what she does. So I can fill in once in a while, but no, not taking it. Coriander Quilts is Corioter's brand. This is number 10. It's called Crosswinds. And it's got those kind of, what do you call those? Kind of hexagonal shapes. Looks like they're made with jelly roll, and they are jelly roll plus fabric. This is 58 by 72. Obviously, you can change the colorway and make this look a little bit different, but the basic look is going to be there. So again, 58 by 72, $10. We have 3 of these. And number 11, this is our last pattern for the night. Again, Corioter, it's called Dashing. And I don't know what to call those. They look like hopscotch squares that are kind of patterned together with stars. With that white strip, this is interesting to me, the white strip that runs around each of these, right? I'm trying to do that backwards. I am not an elementary school teacher, but I still got that backwards. My chat has frozen. Would somebody well, I think it's frozen. Could somebody put something in so that I see that it's moving and I'm not missing orders? Because if I'm missing orders, we have trouble in paradise. Hey, Brianna's on. I saw that. Starla's on. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that you guys weren't ordering and I'm not paying attention, which, happens. So, again, this one is 60 by 72. It's called Dashing by Corioter. It is fat eighths, it says. So you could probably substitute in fat quarters. Might change your look a little bit. Not quite sure. So, thanks all for letting me know. So again, we've got 3 of each of these. Looks like Linda wants number 10, which is, let me make sure I get the right one. This is the one that is called Crosswinds. And this is Linda Drury. needs that one. These are $10 each. Curious. The smaller ones were $6. These normally go in the $12 to $15 range, but on the sale, you know what? I should do it this way so that you could see the numbers, right? On the sale tonight, they're $10 each. They're all Corey Yoder. They're all 60 to 72 or 68 squared, 75, 590. I could tell you specifically, oh, Linda, you are Lynn, not Linda. Okay. Now I can tell for sure that you're hearing things. My apologies, Lynn. I should get that right. And don't tell my Lynn that I didn't know her name was shared. And part of it is that we've got Linda and Linda on tonight. So Linda on the mind. Annette's got number 11. With number 11 on the mind. See, I just said that. With Linda on the mind, Lynn, I got confused, and I'm easy to confuse. Yeah, my Lynn will tell you that. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. We have, after that, what did she tell me to do? What order did she tell me? You know what? I'm going to do it in a different order than she told me. You won't tell her, will you? Okay, we have a deal. Let's do some fabric. So this is all going to be, and Lynn got the Moda line called Dots. I'm going to open this up. We have probably 30 bolts of this, maybe 20, probably 20 the more I think about it. So don't quote me on the 30. Number 11 for Curious. ES. Got you down. If I don't have your email, Curious, would you please email me so that I can send you an invoice? So this is the Moto line. It's called Dots. As you can see, this one is a red color. It's got dark red and white polka dots on a grid pattern. It's a nice background, basic fabric, except it's more expensive than some of our basics. It's a Moda fabric, and Moda is more expensive fabric. Let me open this with, ooh, can't use that. That is her cutter, and she will kill me if I use that. What do you think? If I use this to cut the plastic, would I survive? Maggie, that's a great question. $12 a yard on this Moda. Thank you for reminding me. You know what? I did not put a number on the red. Boy, I tell you, this is harder than it looks. So the red Moda fabric, we have 15 yards of each of these. This one is going to be number 12. Okay, so number 12. And eek no on the, I know, Lynn would kill me. Oh my goodness, it would not be pretty either. She would use what's left of her rotary cutter to probably cut me up after she killed me. Hide the evidence. You know what I mean? Yes, Starla, that's what I was told here on my magic paper. $12 a yard on the Moda. It's Leela Boutique is the line. And I am going to try very hard this week to not change the price during the show. And for those of you that were on last time when I was in charge, you will remember that I added to the price every time I showed something. Well, not every time, but frequently I did. I'm going to try and use this, which is not sharp. It's a hem keeper for a tailor. There we go. I went from 10 to 11 to 12. It should have been 9 to start with. I was all over the place. These are $12, and they will stay at 12 throughout the show. They are listed online, and there are other colors online. So this one is called color number 38, which I don't know what that means, but It's a white fabric with a green and red and gray pattern. So you can see the greens and the red, and then the gray has a lighter gray and a, let me go up right there, darker gray. So those four, kind of a dark red, a dark green, a gray, and a light gray, and a dark gray. And they are, just a grid pattern of basics. They are $12 each, and they are, this one is number 13. So this is the white dots, number 13. I've got 6 of them out that I will show you, just to give you an idea across the line. But there are more colors online. And if they are listed at a different price online, that's a mistake. We'll fix it. But we'll see. That one would be a Mrs. Fix-It issue because she didn't tell me the right number. Okay, this is color number 35. This one is a little different because the dots are all the same color. Oh, I'm not supposed to show you that side where the fabric is folded. So this is a kind of a milk chocolate, kind of a light milk chocolate with a kind of a cream colored dot. This color of dot stays the same through the entire grid pattern. There's no variated dots on this one. So this one, yes, we sell by the yard, Lynn. We'll go quarter yards after that. Or if you want to buy the whole bolt, we'll go the whole bolt, whatever you want to go. So these bolts have 15 yards on them, and you can buy up to 15. Some of them, she actually has duplicates, and those will show online if there's more yardage. This one is number 14, $12 a yard. And again, this is Layla Boutique Dots by Moda. This one is a mustard color. Let me open it. As you can tell, having to open the shrink wrap, these are fresh out of the package. So this is a mustard, and it's got a kind of a mustard. You might call it ochre. I don't know. It's got a white, and it's actually kind of a cream color, not really a bright white, but it also has the same colored dots throughout the pattern. The checkered pattern or the square pattern that it's for the whole piece of fabric. Well, oh, I did not put a number on that one, did I? Ooh, I'm going to get in trouble. Thank you, Starla, for explaining that for Lynn and everybody else. So this one is number 15. Did I put a number on the brown one? I sure hope I did. I did. The brown one is 14. So that one is 15. The light blue here that I'm picking up will be number 16. It is $12 per yard on this one. The Moda fabrics go for more than our Riley Blake fabrics. The $10 was the big patterns. So this one is kind of a peacock or robin's egg blue. Again, the dots are all white, but they're not a bright white, kind of an off-white, almost not quite cream, but definitely you can see them on there. And this one will be number 16. You can put the number in the chat. We'll acknowledge it. And we're acknowledging everything verbally today on the sale. Just because I can't type and do everything I need to. We're a little bit delayed on the lag, as Starla pointed out. And I also know that Starla has a conflict on time that she's going to have to bug out a little bit early. So I don't want to put her in a position where she feels like she can't go to the rest of her life. We want you to have a life, really. So this one is a darker blue, a navy, basically. And it has blue dots that are 2 different colors of dots, and then a white and a gray to make up the squares. So let me see if I can point out here. That blue is a little darker than that blue. And then this little dot is a little whiter than that bigger one that is gray. So you've got gray and blue, white and off-white and gray, light blue and a little bit darker blue on a navy background. This one is number, oh, my dots went away. Dang it, I got to get those. I'll be right back. Okay, here's my numbers. So the dark blue will be number 18. I'm going to put them over here so they don't fall off my table again. Sorry, the dark blue is number 17. I already labeled it. But I will use number 18 in just a moment. Okay. We are going to... Does anybody want to see any of those dots colors again? Are you showing all of the colors? No. I can't show them all, Deborah, because they're in a box over there. And moving 6 of them was more than my back doctor would like me to do right now. Don't tell him, and don't tell Lynn that I did that. But I can't carry the boxes over. So there are more colors on the website. They're already up, and you can see them there. So I wanted to grab kind of a, a sample. The reds, browns, whites, blues. I think there's some greens in there. There's probably some other colors that you can look at. I know there's one on there that's called Christmas that, in fact, this one might be it, the one with red and green. It's funny because online it's got a color name, but on the bolt it just has the number 42, number 33, whatever. So Lynn wants 2 yards of number 16 and 17. 16 and 17 are the 2 blues. So we are going to go 16 and 17. Lynn, 3 times 2. And D times 2. So I've got you down, Lynn, for 2 yards of each. Number 16 and 17. That's the light blue and the dark blue. Okay. Does anybody want to see any of them again before I move on? Okay. Let's say we move to a contest. Everybody up for a contest? What I'm going to do is spin the wheel of fate, and it has some numbers on the side that I can see. And when I find that number, then I'm going to have you guys start guessing the number. The first one that puts it in the chat that I see, I will call out. Last time we did this, I can't remember who put the number in first. I think it was Magda, if I'm not mistaken, and she got some fat quarters. But when I see the number the first time, I'm going to say, okay, that's good. And then I would like for our moderators, either Starla or Angie or Pat or whoever, to go back and check the chat, make sure that I actually saw the first time that number was put in the chat. I want to recognize the first time, but it's also hard for me to see all of the numbers as they fly by. So it was Magda. Okay. Oh, what are we playing for? We are playing for the Quilt Planner Track Up to 50 Quilting Projects book. And you can see it's got grid lines and then information about the quilt. The information there is the project title, the pattern, the size, started, completed, deadline. Oh, deadline. That's a good one. Linda, I'll get to that real quick. Quilts by Becky. Thanks for joining. The deadline, the price, the recipient, supplies needed, supplies on hand, steps to take. You got to pull the fabric, cut the labels, yada, yada. And those are checklists. It's got room for your own stuff, ideas, notes, swatches, brand log, etc. And then a grid pattern. So I'll put this up so you can kind of see some of the things that are in this. I think it's a pretty cool quilt planner, and it's got room for 50 projects. So this is what we're playing for. Numbers will be up to 65. So anything between, oh, I always get myself in trouble. If I say between 0 and, yeah, okay. So you can use 0 and 65 and anything in between. So, you ready? Oh, this black mark here means that there's no number on this side because it's on the purple, and so I'll have to spin it again. Then I'll turn it. Oh, that didn't spin very far. Then I'll turn it around and show you once we're done. Okay, so I have a number. You can start putting your numbers in now. When I see the first number come up in the chat that is correct, we'll go ahead and stop. So, and you are freaking kidding me. We already have a winner. I can't believe that it happened that quickly. So, there's no need to keep guessing, but please keep guessing if you'd like to. No, don't stop, Starlight. It helps our chat rate. I'll let it go for a minute. No, we do have a winner, and the winner is, as you can see, I haven't turned this. It landed on number 47, which was A Dream a Day, Leslie, who was the second one out of the block, as far as I saw. You guys can go back and verify, but when numbers started flying, Starla said awesome, Linda Edwards said 37, Leslie said number 47, A Dream a Day, Leslie. So, unless I missed something, this is going out to Leslie. So, thank you, Leslie. Thank you for everybody for playing. And we got to work in the Wheel of Fate, even though we weren't using it to decide what we do next, which is what we usually do. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. Leslie gets the prize. Okay. Thank you all for playing. Okay, at this point, should we go to box number 1 or what's behind curtain number 2 here? I'll tell you, it's predetermined. I'm not allowed to go behind curtain number 2. That might be some things that Pat knows what's behind curtain number 2. Marlene knows what's behind curtain number 2, and Starla does too. I'm not allowed to show you what's behind curtain number 2 because it may or may not have something that might go in 1 or 2 boxes, or 100 boxes if it's box A, or 125 boxes if it's box B. So if you can judge how many items are hidden in here, then you might know whether it goes in box 1 or box 2, but you'll still have to wonder what it is. And you know, the good news is we are shipping next week. They will be out. So, Pat, we have several of the poly bags. No, you don't. I know nothing. Lynne told me so. Yes, you know nothing. We have several of the poly bags already packed, so that now we just start taking those and putting them in the actual box that's going out. And we have to ship the first one by Wednesday of this week, and that is going to New Zealand. So that is we're putting one together and getting it out the door, and then we'll start assembling the rest of yours so that we can get them all out the door on the same day, which is not this coming week, but right after the next live, which is next week, the 3rd or so. I don't know. I wonder if the calendar will pop up. 29th, 30th, 31st, 1st, 3rd, the 4th or the 5th, they're going out on the mail. So, Pat, you live in New Zealand now? You may be the only Michigan Wolverine fan in New Zealand now, I think. I don't know. Maybe there are more. You may have to pick up rugby instead of football. But to be fair, Pat, it takes a month to get there. So you may get it faster if you stay in Michigan. I'm just saying. But if you want to move to New Zealand, we'll make sure that the shipping is appropriate for that. Okay, enough of that. Let's move on to the, what do you say, 5 at 5? Let's do 5 at 5. Wow, what a slow sleigh. Yes, it is slow boat to New Zealand. It just takes longer. And that's why we normally don't ship out of the United States. If we do ship out of the United States, it's by special arrangement. Marlene is up in Canada. She's getting a box. There's a couple other folks that are getting boxes in the Canada and one to New Zealand. We've had inquiry from other places, but the import taxes and stuff make it so cost prohibitive that it's really difficult. So we generally don't do it. But if somebody wants something out of the States, we'll do it. Okay, we're going to start with the 5x5 fabric. This is the fabric over my left shoulder, which here it's over my right. Oh, well, I'm looking backwards at a backwards thing. So $5 a yard. There are 15 yards of these. This is a kind of a Valentine fabric, although it has some red and green, which kind of makes it a Christmas fabric. It's got hearts and rainbows, and it says, I love you with a heart, and it is a stripe. It is called Our Greatest Gift, which also made me think it was Christmas, but turns out it's not. 15 yards, and it's by Leanne Anderson and Karen Kubler, and it is a Henry Glass Company product. This will be number 18. The number 18 I tried to steal before. And again, these are $5 a yard. So these usually go quickly. I will note who's getting what one. Again, number 18, Our Greatest Gift. It says, I love you with hearts and rainbows, green, yellow, a little bit of yellow in those triangles, green and red and blue and white mostly. So number 18, $5 a yard, Our Greatest Gift. Let me pull out number 19 here. 18, 19. I'm writing some notes so that when you guys put notes down, I'll know what I'm doing. So number 19 here. Yeah, that stripe would make a great border or binding for any project of that color. So this one is called Birds and Bees Quilt Doodle Designs by Marcus Fabrics. It is gray, and it is number 19. We have 15 yards of it. This is essentially a dot pattern. I don't know if you can see. I bet I moved the camera right there. Oh, well. These have kind of dots in the middle and then a square, darker pattern around them, making kind of a check pattern overall. I hope you can see that. It is gray with a darker gray on the squares. The dots are kind of a light gray or an off-white. So the main color is light gray and then a dark gray and some contrasting in there, but not a whole lot. So Norma is going to get 4 yards of number 19. Again, these are $5 a yard. It's called Birds and the Bees for that gray one. Norma times 4. Okay. This one is next, and this one is called Down the Rabbit Hole. It's a Riley Blake, which you'll be able to see when I flip this around. It is obviously a pink color, and you can see Riley Blake right there. So in the pattern, you've got hearts and clubs and diamonds and spades. So kind of a card theme. I've looked at the pattern, and I can't see that it's spelling any words. They aren't completely randomly placed. Little lines and little corners and things like that. Some of them look like they might be trying to be letters, but I really don't think they are. So the colors, the clubs are in white. The spades are in kind of a dark red. The hearts are in a dark red. And the diamonds are in a brown or a very dark maroon. And it seems consistent throughout the pattern as far as the colors with the different shapes in there. So Linda Wolf, I've got you down for 1 yard of number 19. 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 And I've got Maggie down at 2 yards of number 19. That makes 7 yards. That means we have 8 yards left of number 19. So this again is pink. It is number 20. And it's called Down the Rabbit Hole. It is by Jill Howarth. Jill Howarth. I'm not sure I know that name. So number 20 for the pink Down the Rabbit Hole, $5 a yard. This one will be number 21. I'll put a number on it before I show it, which is what I should do all the time, but I don't always do what I'm supposed to do, as you can tell. So this one is kind of a number 21. I don't know how to describe this. This looks like raindrops. Are they right side up or upside down? Those are upside down for you. So let me go this way with it. They look like raindrops that are dark blue with a red shadow on them. And it's on a kind of a dark mustard color. Not quite yellow, not quite brown. Kind of a brown mustard. We might go that way. And then it's got some white, I would call it maybe stippling throughout that goes across the background and what I'm calling raindrops throughout the whole pattern. It's somewhat geometric with the lines. So there we go. That is number 21. Hi, Joanne. Number 21, and this is part of our 5 at 5, so it's $5 a yard. Number 22, still part of our 5 at 5, and this one is Squeeze the Day. Not seize the day, but squeeze the day. It is number 22. Put the number 22 on it. It is from Studio E and Rebecca Canal or Canali. If it's the Italian pronunciation, it would be Canali. Canali. It's obviously a white background with lemons that are blue. You have lemon slices, a full slice. You've got partial slices here. You've got a full lemon with leaves right up here on it. It's a darker blue, not really navy, but maybe a dark cadet blue. The blue actually is variegated a little bit, so you've got some shadowing in it. You've got, and then the white, like in the lemon itself, you've got some white dots and things like that. So basically white with blue lemons. Ooh, I just noticed the bees. So it's got bees on it. These little things here might be, I don't know, oranges, pomegranates, something. They don't quite look like lemons because they're round. And as far as I know, lemons are not really round. Anyway, $5 a yard. And it is number 22. Blueberries. Yes, they could be blueberries because they look like berries and they are blue. So I like Jean's suggestion of blueberries, not pomegranates, not oranges, blueberries. If they were red, I'd call them cranberries, but they're not, so I won't. Number 22, $5 a yard. I am going to put it here. I'm running out of space here. As you might have guessed, everything is just like piled up as we're getting ready to send these boxes out. In fact, right over there and up there, there is a hole big enough to hide a Volkswagen Beetle in if it was crunched, flattened. And that's where it goes from. They may be purple grapes for wine, possibly. Anyway, this one is from the Eden line, and it is called, you ready for it? And no, I did not prompt Jean on this beforehand. This is called Berries Blue. Not blueberries, but Berries Blue from the Eden line. It is number 23. I can show you there. It is $5 a yard. We have kind of a black stem with white berries. What's the old berries white? Berries red. Oh man, I can't remember this. Anyway, white berries are supposed to be poisonous. So you don't want to eat white berries. At least that's what they told me in Scouts. Um, we have 10 yards of this one. We might have a little more, but we have already cut some off of it. And so I don't think I want to say 15 because then I could get in trouble. So again, this is number 23. Eden is the line, and it's called Berries Blue. Let me acknowledge Maggie here real quick. She's going to get number 14 by 1, which was the dots, the brown dots. And so let me go. Maggie gets 1 yard of the brown dots. And number 16 is the light blue. Maggie gets 1 there. And 1 of the 17, which is the dark blue. And then I see Pat, number 19, which is the gray, the birds and the bees. It's a light gray with a dark gray square pattern. So Pat, I'm going to put you down for 2 yards of that one. Okay. Linda, number 23, which is the Eden Berries Blue, 23, not 23 yards. That would be a lot. Number 23, 2 yards. So I got that. I got Maggie. I miss anything else? I don't think I did. Oh, did I get 19 times 2? That goes to Maggie. Yes, I did. Maggie got that one. Okay, Linda Wolf, 19. Yep. I think I've got everything. If you think I've missed something, please let me know, and we'll go back. This one is part of our 5 at 5 again, and it is called Small Dots, which is not to be confused with the Moda Dots. This one is $5. The Moda Dots are not. It's called Small Dots, and the colorway is Boy. It's by Riley Blake, and it will be number 24. And there you go, number 24. White background with a dark blue, a medium gray, an orange, and a red dot. I hope you can see the difference out of the shadow between that dark red and that orange. And of course, the dark blue, that's a navy blue. It's not black. Kind of looks like black on your screen. And then a medium gray. Just kind of a geometric pattern of straight lines of dots throughout the whole fabric. Again, this is number 24, and we have 15 yards. It is $5 a yard on the Live at 5. And I see Linda Wolf wants one of those. That's Moda Dots. Where did I put it? Here we go. That's number 24. Linda W times 1. Okay, thanks, Linda. Number 25 is going to be this one. And let me put a number on it. This is a, let me see, it's called Sample Shirtings by Paula Barnes. And the colorway is red. I don't know if I agree with that, but I see it as a pale yellow or light yellow, maybe even a yellow cream. And on it, it's got cherries that are red. So I guess that's the red colorway. Those cherries are on stems with leaves. Kind of look like a bow tied at the top of them, but it is actually leaves. And then in between, you've got these. Lynn's going to kill me when she sees the lighting on this. Don't tell her and don't let her watch. It's got these sprigs of leaves. They don't have any flowers on them, just a few leaves and little sprigs. So this is a light yellow. It's called red, and it's called Sample Shirtings. So this is number 25. And it is also $5 a yard. So that's the end of our $5. Marlene Hinton, I've got you down for 24. And I've got you down for 5 yards of number 24. Okay, number 25, A Dream a Day times 2. And I've got Village Steader times 4. And I've got Maggie times 2. Okay. I got Linda's 24-1. Just checking back. Yeah, Pat. Okay. Anything else that I need to write down real quick? Lynne, number 25 times 2. Okay, I'll let that marinate for just a moment. Next week, well, I think it's going to be next Monday, but it might be in between. Pay attention if you see something that Lynne advertises. She is going to show you the stuff that she's bringing back from Houston. And there will be some pre-sales available of things that won't be coming out until sometime next year. But we are going to be selling it now so that we can get a head start and make sure that we buy enough for everybody, and then some extra for folks that want it. And Miss Starla, it is 15 yards on number 25. That means that we have 5 yards left of it. I know it looked kind of open, but that's because the, what do we call that, shrink wrap had broken when we brought it over and set it down. So it is a new bolt of 15 yards. Okay, the last thing that we're going to do today is the second to last. Let me put a sticker number 26 on this. This is a 3-yard quilt kit. I think you saw this a couple of weeks ago. It's got this is Liberty Fabrics, a white with the blue and red Christmas trees, kind of a light blue and pink. You've got pink confetti cotton in there, and then you've got the blue with the colors coordinating with the trees. This is all part of the Liberty Fabrics Christmas line. This is Christmas light strings. We are doing these 3-yard quilt kits at $22 per kit. That is a significant savings. Normally if you buy them normally, they're $30. We've had them on sale for $24, $25 or $26 on our sales, maybe $25. We're going to go $22 on those today. So that one is number 26. Number 27 is the Strength and Lavender line. Again, you've seen these, but we have the purple Strength and Courage fabric, the lavender. Then we've got lavender with the purple flowers, and then white with the purple daisies. Again, 22 for this. And this one will be number 27. As soon as I pull the sticker off and place the sticker and turn it around, you will see that it is number 27. So Barb Scott gets number 26. We have one of each of those. So the Christmas trees are spoken for. Then we have 3 of these, and this is an actual more of a Christmas pattern, or what should I say, more traditional Christmas colors with the red, white, and green, as opposed to the blue and pink that Liberty Fabrics was. So let me show you this. This is number 28. We have the red background and it's actually a little darker red than it's showing on the screen right now. Showing on the screen is kind of bright. This is a little bit more demure. And it's got the horns and the sleighs and the leaping deer and the church and the house and the stocking and the tree and the candle and the gingerbread man and the holly leaves and holly berries and the snowman and a star. I don't think if I could describe any more of them. Anyway, they are in kind of a cream color. It's not quite a brick red. It's not that dark, but it's more demure than what you're seeing there. a white. This is just going to be a Riley white. And then the green has kind of a leaf pattern stippled in there. It's a darker green. I'm hoping you can see that. And we have 3 of these, and these are number 28. And it looks like Curious just grabbed one of them. So 27, 28. Curious gets a number 28. Okay, last thing we'll do is mystery scrap bags. That will be number 29. They are $10. They come in, it's a roughly 12, well, not roughly, it's 12 ounces of fabric. Lynne measured one of them out, and it was just over 2 yards. But don't quote me on that. If it's less, it kind of depends on how heavy the fabric is, right? If you get a very light fabric, it might be more than that. If you get a very heavy fabric, might be less. But they are 12 ounces, 3/4 of a pound of fabric, usable scraps. Lots of people like them. They are $10 a bag, and the bag does come with my autograph. And that autograph is guaranteed to be worth 23 cents when you get it. And if if the market holds, it should go up to 26, maybe even 27 cents over the next 4 to 5 years for that autograph from Mr. Fix-It. So if you would like a mystery scrap bag, let me know. It's gone up already. Your signatures have, Pat. That's a good thing. The market has been good. If you need it verified, that like certified signature for a sale, let me know and I will help you with that. um I don't know why I don't know why I signed the first one, but when I did, it became a thing and everybody wanted their things signed, so I do. It's kind of silly, but is what it is. If you have a colorway that you need in some scraps, let me know. Like if it's like I don't want any green, then I'll accommodate that. I need some browns. Somebody was doing a project where they needed browns and asked for brown scraps only. We were able to do that. Somebody else, I don't remember who off the top of my head, but they really don't like the color green. Could be Pat, because I know she's a Michigan, not a Michigan State fan. So maybe it was Pat. I don't know. But um, if you need a particular color or don't need a particular color in your scrap bags, let me know. So they are number 29. Should be worth the price of a stamp. They're always going up. Starla doesn't like green. Okay. Um, Linda would like more Christmas scraps. Okay. So if you get a bag and I don't acknowledge your preference right now, email me or ping me with the invoice and just say, hey, oh, if the newbies find out that I do drawings. So the story with that is we're at an hour, so we're going to be done, but we'll see. Um, so Starla doesn't like green for a different reason than you think, Pat, but that's okay. We'll go with it anyway. Pat is a Michigan fan, which is blue. Michigan State, who is one of the 2 mortal enemies of a Wolverine, is green. So Pat doesn't like green. I'm going to tell a story on you, Pat. We had a notion that was in blue and green, and Lynn showed the blue one. And then when we got down to mailing, there were blue and green, and she just sent them out. And it turned out that we sent Pat a green one, and Pat pinged Lynn on it and said it was blue when you showed it on screen. So we had to swap it out. So Barb is a Michigan State fan, and Pat is not. You know what? Schools are like politics here. We put them aside, and we love everybody. So, Maggie, you've got a number 28 with the green and red. Even though my team gets beat by Boise State all the time, I still am not going to complain to Norma because Norma's a Boise State girl. And Lynn is too. I have to put up with it all the time. But being a BYU guy, I don't like playing Boise because we get beat. So, Pat says that her green, it was a seam guide, got to a good home. Probably one of her friends who is a Michigan State fan. So, go Broncos. I stole that. Okay. Where was I going? I don't remember. I got distracted. Anyway, the you can reshow the Chelsea pattern with stars. I'm not sure. Oh, Chelsea with stars. I don't know what a Chelsea pattern is, and I don't have one with a name on it. Corey Yoder pattern. This one is not quite stars. Scrap bags are $10, and it has 12 ounces of usable scraps. Maggie, go Bears. Is that a Chicago Bear? Because if it is, we might have to come to blows. I'm a Packer fan. If it's the Cal Bears, I'll kind of let that go. If it's Northern Colorado Bears, that's fine. Have no. One of the last patterns. Okay, so let me show you, Pat. The last four patterns were the bigger ones. They're $10 each. I missed Magda number 29. Okay. Thank you, Starla. And Magda, if I don't acknowledge, you should shout out. I got Maggie with a 28, but I did not see Magda with the 29. Oh, blue and orange, the whole thing. Oh, I was on drawings. Okay, the top one. So this one is called All Around Star, and it is a 68 by 68 layer cake friendly, or 10-inch print squares for blocks. I think there's going to use those for the center. That's why she wants a 10-inch block there. $10, normally 12 to 15 on these, depending on which of them, as far as the big ones. And they are Corey Yoder Pats. So number 8, we will put Pat down for a number 8, and they are $10. I was going to the drawings. Lynne, she told me one day that I was in charge of the drawing, and I did not disappoint. When it came time for the drawing, what we had was a stick figure drawing that I had. Now there was a prize too, and I was just messing with her. I said, "Okay, here's the drawing." Well, it turned out to be popular. People wanted them. I don't remember who got the first one, but I know Angie has one, and I think Pat has one, and Linda Wolf. Yes, Bruins are Bears. Um, Go figure. Cal has the Cal Bears that are blue and gold. And then you've got UCLA, which is also part of the Cal system, that are the Bruins, which are also Bears, and they're also blue and gold. So Becky, Lynn is on a jet plane coming home from market right now. So at Pat, yes, she wanted one, which was number 8. And we got it down, Starla, as a number 8. Pat never got a drawing. Okay, I need to put Pat down for a drawing. Okay. If y'all want a drawing, let me know, and we will get drawings. Curious wants a scrap bag with no brown. Got that. And what was I going? Pat got that. Oh, the drawing. Pat wants a drawing. As Linda Wolf can tell you, sometimes it takes a little while, but I will get you one, Pat. I will get you a drawing. Christmas drawing with an Advent box in it. Okay. Ooh, pressure's on. Now, I will tell you that these are not artist quality drawings. In fact, they're not as bad as Picasso, and I hope I haven't offended any art students there. I don't like Picasso because I can't figure out what is going on. But, I think they're better than that. But at the end of the day, they are stick figures. So you get what you get. And Pat is going to get a Christmas, um, yeah, a Christmas strict drawing. My son-in-law is going to the hockey game tonight. And he just texted me, "Are you going to send me the ticket or what?" And I'm like, maybe I should. I don't know. Should I send it to him or should I sell it out from under him? I don't know. Um, Anything else? I think we're getting close to being done. In fact, we're done with everything we're going to sell. So let me know if you want to see anything, revisit anything. Um, if not, we're going to go ahead and conclude because I got to get on my horse in 10 minutes to go pick up Miss Lynne at the airport. There we go. Pat, you're getting a cheering section on getting a drawing and being specific. I will tell you that Linda Wolf's pattern or drawing happened to be of the museum in her hometown. Just saying. I may find something that's interesting to you and then scrap it out or draw it out, scribble it out. That's what I was trying to say, scribble. So Dolly is worse than I think you want to say Picasso or worse than me. I'm not sure. I hope it's worse than anyway. Um, it's interesting to me why some things are liked and some things aren't. I am not super artistic, and so if it's not plain as day, smack you in the face what it is, and look what I will consider normal. So Picasso and some of the others are I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, um, and the fact that people pay for them is even more curious to me. Here I'm going too far. Tell Lynn hello. I will. Marlene wants a drawing too. Okay. Maybe I'll draw Salvador Dali and Pablo Picasso for you in my style of stick figures. That could be interesting. Didn't Dali have the big where am I taking her for dinner? Well, I'll tell you this. On the way home from the airport, we are stopping at the printer to pick things up that might be going in the advent boxes. We are stopping at the quilt store before they close because she's got to pick up stuff there. And we're going to try and stop by her dad's. Her dad had surgery, but it might be too late for him. So if it's too late, we're not going to stop by. We'll go by another day. But he had surgery on the day that she flew out, and it was a successful surgery, less invasive than it could have been, which is good. So we need to stop by and see him. I've been out of town until I got back yesterday afternoon after a week in Kentucky and a lot of work meetings. And then I went to a football game or two on Saturday. That's why I was down in Richmond, Angie. I went to a football game and I didn't keep going to take you to lunch or dinner. My bad. Next time I'm down there, I'm definitely coming down to pick you up and take you to dinner. Then we can arm wrestle over who pays. 10 minutes after 6, let's go ahead and call it. Any last minute comments, let me know. Again, if you're watching online and you want to send an email, number 28 to Patrice. Okay, we got a number 28 to Patrice, and that is all of them that we have. If you're watching online, you can either email me at mrfixit at softsquares.com, mrfixit at softsquares.com, or you can put a comment on the video. The chat will be turned off, but go ahead and put it in the comment or email me. We'll honor the prices for a week, and we'll go from there. Gene, you've been to Churchill Downs on Sunday for the races. That's on my list of places to go. I go to too many places to see games. That's part of the reason that I was in Richmond and then went to Kentucky. Linda Wolf, we do not have any more of number 5. We had 3 of them and 3 people have asked for them. So if we get more in, we'll try and let you know. But right now, we don't have any. Lynn always likes to order more, but we'll see if she's got some on order. So anyway, I'd like to go to too many places. Churchill Downs is one of the places I want to go for a game. But I was able to get to Rupp Arena If basketball at Kentucky, that's one of the important basketball arenas for college. Okay, we're done. Talk to y'all later. Thank you for joining us. And don't tell Lynn that I showed you part of the Advent box.